There we go. This is it. This is episode 419. No
Wow.
Laugh Track podcast. That is always the correct response to that is wow.
Yeah, that 419. That will be like 10 years in another couple of years.
Yeah. Well, let's face it, Tim. The numbers are off now because of 2020. Because I missed weeks and weeks and weeks of shows last year. So
it is almost 10 years.
Yeah, but up until last year, you could easily do the math. Now it's a little more confusing because we missed several weeks last year. But episode 400 was 19 episodes ago, and I don't know if you saw, I put a list out of all of the guests that have ever been on and how many appearances they've had.
Oh, I didn't.
Every
see
one
that.
of them. Yes.
I'm guessing I know who number one is.
Yep, I'm looking at them. Yeah, there are quite a few tied for one, but there's only one who today is doing their 17th.
Wow.
Yes.
Tied for one.
No, I mean tied for one appearance. I'm saying there's a lot tied for last place.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But you have first all by yourself, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yes. Nobody's touching that. Brian Miller, of course, I think is the next closest, and I haven't seen him in a while, so I think he's due. But in any case, the last time you and I talked was back in September for Crash and Burn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
seems like a long time ago at this point.
Crash and Burn 10 is on the rails. It's coming. It's,
Yes.
The 10th edition. So it's about we're celebrating similar anniversaries.
Yeah. So is there going to be more Hoopla 10? I mean, I'm thinking like a t-shirts with a big X on them, or I'm not sure. 10 is a big deal.
Yeah, it should be, but it's going to be more like thank God we made 10.
Thank you again, Lewis.
Yeah, we thought it was going to freeze at 8 there for a while.
Sure. Yeah. I've heard one of the names. I haven't said publicly.
Oh, we're not releasing the names yet.
Okay.
I don't think we've released the names yet.
Okay. Well, I might have heard a rumor. But nothing's been released publicly.
Well,
so
after we shut off the mic, I'll verify whether you're right or not.
Okay, fair enough. And if people really want to know, I can know. I'll keep that under.
If you
wraps.
really want to know, like the Crash and Burn page.
Oh, there you go.
And
it'll be announced there first.
Yes, that'll be the first place. Or either that, or sign up for the Acme Insider newsletter.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's always a great idea.
I think. Depending on who goofs up, it'll be announced one of those places first.
We'll see how that communication plays out in the next couple of weeks. So normally I come here, of course, people know I come here and talk to most people the day after they've done a show already.
Yeah.
We're not in that situation this week.
Nope.
I'm busy tomorrow, so I wasn't going to be able to. You're nice enough to come today and do it. So we don't have anything to fall back on from last night, but I know you've been back on the road a little bit recently, at least.
I am. I'm
doing shows.
I've been trying. I've been trying to pretend that I'm still a comic and not just an unemployed bum who may be asking you if you need a card at the Walmart very shortly.
Well, hey, that's a great job too. Very respectable. So what? Let's just skip ahead here. How does the so you have this week at Acme, thankfully, and then Crash and Burn. Do we have the date? We have the dates on that?
Yeah, it will be September 26th through October 2nd, I believe.
Okay, perfect. So it's in September again.
September 26th? No, I'm thinking of this month.
Brandon, look that up. Let us know.
Count back 5 from October 2nd.
Okay, there you go.
Whatever that
The
is.
end of September.
7th. That's the 27th, right? 28th?
Yep.
Yeah.
So the end of September. Okay. So between now and then, how much stand-up do you think you'll be doing?
I've got a couple dates booked. I think I've got 3 dates booked between now and then.
Okay.
1 penciled in. So.
You would like to do more?
Oh God, always.
Yeah.
I've never. Yeah, my schedule has not been to my content since like the early '90s.
Really?
When I was pretty much every week I was somewhere. It's just that doesn't happen anymore.
Sure. You know, have we ever talked about? And if we have, I don't remember the transition you had, like to going to to comedy full time. What was that like? What like for you? What were you doing right before You didn't have another job.
I was hauling Xerox paper. I was working for Dunder Mifflin. I was and not in the suit and tie part of Dunder Mifflin. I was in the warehouse.
Oh, you were the warehouse guy. No kidding.
That was No, I had a kind of part-time job, but what I would do is I would deliver Xerox paper.
Okay.
And I'd go to the warehouse, I'd see the orders, pick it up, and go to offices hauling Xerox paper. I've never been in better shape in my life than I was at that point.
I bet. Where was that job?
It was outside Detroit.
Okay.
That was going up and down the office corridor.
And when
well, it's not yes, did I say suburban? Yes, suburban Detroit.
Yep.
I don't think I ever made a delivery. Nobody in Detroit was using Xerox paper at that point in history.
What are you saying?
Either that, or there was enough graft that the lucrative contracts to the 2 office buildings that were still operational went elsewhere.
I suppose, yeah. Delivering to empty buildings is not good business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fair enough. So when you left that job, was it like the most was it sad? Was it bittersweet, or was it like, I'm out of here? Thankfully, finally, I'm moving on. This is this huge step.
Boy, I can't remember exactly. It was there was.
Was there a take this job and shove it?
No. There was just I can't. I just said I can't do this anymore. It was more like
the demand for me is too high on the road.
No, God,
they need me.
No, when I quit that job, no, there was no demand. And actually, I thought there would be demand after I quit the job, but there was not.
Oh,
it took a while before the train started rolling, so to speak.
I bet that was stressful.
Yeah.
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 You had to live off the Xerox money?
No, parents' basement.
There you go.
It was kind of funny. It was, I like to say that I'm the original hipster, because back in the 80s, I was living with my parents at 25 years old, and back in the 80s, living at your parents at 25 years old was not cool.
Loser.
So I was living with my parents before it was cool.
That's right. You were the one justifying it, going, trust me, someday everyone's going to realize how smart I am, saving money, keeping them company.
Yep, I'm Hipster Zero.
Hipster Zero. I've always thought that about you. Hipster Zero. Speaking of that, I know that we've talked in the past, and you think at some point you had it on your website, maybe you still do, I'm not sure, about all the different hairstyles that Mr. Tim Slagle has had. How about facial hair? That's a hipster thing. Did you ever have facial hair?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
How crazy did you go with facial hair?
Not too. Just a little bit of sideburns and stupid stuff on my chin. I had a mustache for a while.
Nice.
It was I kind of grew. That was recent that I did that. And one of the managers here said, "You look like a child molester."
Yes, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because I'm sort of in between things right now. I just went and got. Remember last summer? At least for me, I wasn't getting haircuts because my place was closed, so I wasn't.
Right.
I didn't get a haircut. I didn't sneak into somebody's kitchen like, hey, I'll throw you cash, please cut my hair. I just didn't get a haircut for a while. This past weekend, I got a haircut, and it was my first where I didn't have to wear a mask by, according to the rules or everything. So that was kind of a big deal. But I've been going to the same woman. Saturday was the first day she's seen my face in over a year. And I walk in, I come around the corner, she goes, "What's going on here?"
Oh, wow.
And pointed to my face. What's going on here?
Huh.
Yeah. So.
You didn't tell her to shave it off?
Nope.
Because usually when your hairdresser says that, it's a nice suggestion that it's not working.
I know, but I'm doing it out of spite because no one at home likes it.
Oh, so your hairdresser tells you it's a bad idea. Nobody at home likes it. I'm sticking with it, man. Yes. Mullets are coming back, I swear.
Tim, I don't know if you remember, I have a 22-month-old baby at home. and she hasn't got a haircut yet, and she has a freaking mullet, and that's actually a very hot debated topic in my house because if putting my foot down, I don't want her to have a little baby mullet.
You had a little mega baby.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Little mega baby. Well, I don't want. Yeah, I always want to have a souvenir from the Trump years. Exactly. Absolutely. Yeah, I was just reading last night about there was a hospital somewhere that's claiming they had a big baby boom from the pandemic. Did you see that? They had 48 babies in a 45 babies in a 48-hour period or something like that.
Here's a really interesting thing, is that all my nieces and nephews, I mean, they're all in the age when they should be they could be settling down just about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're almost all through college. And they're just, and there's about a 10-year range from, just graduating college to, been out of college for 10 years.
Sure.
And all of them were kind of single. But after the pandemic, they all have serious relationships. And what I think it's like musical chairs. Is that kids were going, oh, I'll spend tonight with you, and I'll spend tonight with you, and I'll spend tonight with you, and that's like dun 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 dun, dun. And then the pandemic hits. It's like, everyone grab a chair.
Everyone grab a lap.
Exactly. And it's either that, or it's just the fact that no, you were because one niece, this still cracks me up. And I said, so you have a boyfriend? She goes, well, no. I do have a pandemic exclusive.
Wow. I wonder what he
If she listens to this, she's going to kill me for saying that, but God, that cracked me up. No. She said it was, oh, God, you think a guy... You think a guy's gonna object to the? No, I don't want you calling me pandemic exclusive. Guys are uncomfortable with that much commitment. Are you kidding?
That's true. Yeah.
They're like, yeah, that's right. That's all we are. Yeah, he's happy with her lack of commitment. But
I want to believe he doesn't know that she's referencing him like that, and he finds out because he's a listener. That's what I. And he's like, oh, cool. Yeah.
So anyway, so it's either that, or it's just the fact that they were forced to that there was no ability to stray. It's you can't. Oh, okay. Well, here's this guy on Tinder. Well, I don't want him coming over to my apartment. Okay, we could go to the coffee shop. No, we could go to the park. No, that's more chance of rape in the park.
The risk of there was always the risk of bringing home like an STD if you were walking out on your significant other. And now it could have been COVID.
I was thinking psychopath.
Well, that too.
But but here's the thing. It's because of the pandemic. It just kind of forced. It just forced you to get people together. No, you're going to stay together for a year, locked. And it was like, well, this isn't so bad, which in my old head, makes me start to think that arranged marriages aren't that bad of an idea.
I mean, yeah.
The older I get, the more sense that makes.
Yeah, I could see that.
It's because I think parents know what kids are compatible with. Kids don't have any idea.
No,
the first greasy bum in a leather jacket that their little sweetie brings home.
That's right.
It's like, oh no, that's no bad choice. And much easier, meet the parents. No, here's my son. No, she's not appropriate for my daughter. And I almost went into a voice that would have been inappropriate right there.
Just you and us here, Tim. It's just you and us. Relax, get comfortable. Say what you want.
But here's the thing, and I'll say this, and this is probably really politically incorrect, is that cultures that have embraced arranged marriages usually score really high on SAT tests. If you think about it. It's the cultures that have had arranged marriages for centuries.
I can't argue that.
Yeah.
at all.
And
Is that a coincidence?
Of course it's not. Of course it's not.
That's interesting.
It's no. I'm not giving you my daughter. You're a see. I'm almost going into another accent there.
How much?
You're a moron.
How much for your women? That's what I need to know.
So yeah, and that's what That's my opinion. The older I get, the more sense arranged marriages make, and that'll probably be the headline for the podcast.
You jotted that down, correct, Brandon? You got that? Yeah, perfect. We're gonna move on to something else because that was perfect for right there. I love bringing up stuff that's like in pop culture and the news and stuff with you, and I want your opinion on this thing that I saw. The person from the New York Times did her research about the tuna in Subway sandwiches. Did you see this?
I missed this one.
Oh boy. Well, let me find this for you. Hey,
the one today, the news today. It's it was big news last week that I think it was Finland. I think that there's a transgender woman competing in weightlifting.
Yes.
And today I saw, and I this has not been verified yet, so I haven't had a chance to look it up. She had to quit the competition because she ruptured a testicle.
Come on.
I know it's too perfect.
There's no.
I have to look that one up.
There's no way. There's no way.
I don't know. It's maybe the god. Maybe Zeus is still alive. Maybe Zeus is still watching over the Olympia and has I don't know who's the Greek version of Loki.
I'm not sure, but
that's more something Loki would do. But he's
yeah. Those Olympics, they are stuck in old times, ancient Roman times, really. Greek,
yeah.
Greek times.
Yeah. It couldn't be Loki because that's Norse.
Right.
And Norse women have testicles, so it wouldn't be the irony wouldn't be there.
Well, I'm going to give you the quick lowdown on this Subway thing. I love that, and I don't even want to do. I don't even want to fact check that. I just want to believe it. She ruptured a nut or whatever you call that.
Okay. In my opinion. Well, why do you have to quit? Just cut it off and stitch it up. You were gonna anyway, right?
I mean, yeah. Rub some dirt on that and get back in the game. A recent New York Times report indicates that that DNA testing, they DNA tested the tuna in the Subway sandwiches and found no tuna DNA.
Huh.
Now their defense is, well, maybe it's because it's so processed that you can't find tuna DNA. But is that a good?
No.
Is that a good defense?
No, that's not. There was a murder like 30 years ago in Chicago, and unsolved. They could not. It was at a Brown's Chicken. I think Brown's, maybe Churches. I don't know, but it was unsolved, and somebody had an idea. They went back. They went into the evidence locker and found some pieces of chicken that they suspected that the suspects had eaten before it closed down, and they murdered the whole staff. They found some chicken, and they did DNA tests on it, and they found DNA that they were able to, and I think that they were able to actually find a suspect from the DNA. 30 years old on a piece of chicken that somebody bit.
Wow.
So it's the technology 30 years ago wasn't there.
Yeah.
But they said, well, maybe now we can do it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you're saying if it's there, they'll find it. That's what you're saying.
If a tuna bit whatever was in that sandwich.
Yeah, right?
You would find tuna DNA.
I'm just wondering, like, should they go into the other meats and products at Subway to look for...
What's the matter?
To see if it's an actual product.
That's the thing. What is it? Is it catfish? Is it tilapia? It's it's got to be. It tastes fish-like. So it's got to be. It's got to be some kind of sea creature.
I'll have the $5 fish-like.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, a fish all kind of tastes like fish. I mean, people I know some cultures, and I'm not going to do a voice on this one. Are very particular about their fish,
Yes.
their seafood.
Yes.
Mostly to me, fish tastes like fish. You know, I might be able to tell the difference between cod and salmon with a blindfold.
Sure.
But I doubt that I could tell the difference between, white fish and walleye.
Yeah.
You know, sorry to say that here in Minnesota.
I bet if I threw some lutefisk in next to it, you'd be able to identify that.
but that's different. That's one of those northern.
Right. It's made to taste like crap.
Concoctions.
Yeah. Are you talking about, I know last year when you were here, that you were talking about the pandemic on stage. Are you still talking about the pandemic even a little bit on stage?
Probably, because I don't have that much new material.
That wasn't my really creative way of asking if you have new material. But I guess I could start using that now.
I don't. I think everyone's done with it. I think we're all, it's shocked me going through the airport. I hadn't seen so many masks.
See, okay, so I mean, I don't know if you heard. That's why we're doing this today, because I'm actually going on a trip tomorrow. I'm going to fly tomorrow for the first time in 2 years. So I'm very curious of how is it going at the airport. And
I've kind of got my thing is that I won't put on a mask until someone asks me to put on a mask.
Okay.
Just to see how far I can get.
And how far did you get today?
It's on the train in. I was the only person on the train without a mask, and I was getting a lot of glares.
So the train to the
airport. Yeah,
because that's still the policy. Is you're supposed to be wearing them there?
I guess so.
You guess so.
And I get to the airport, and I saw one guy without a mask, and we nodded to each other. Yeah. And I got all the way up to the TSA. And she goes, "You have to wear a mask." I go, "Oh, no." She goes, "Well, I always make a snide remark." She goes, "You have a mask?" I go, "Yes, I do." "Well, could you put it on, please?" And I go, "Okay." I put the mask on, and I hand her my ID. She goes, "Could you pull down your mask for a second?"
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's
there's no sense. There's
none.
There's no sense, and they're looking now in the science. There's no connection between mask wearing and spread of the virus.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah.
None. And it's like, oh, we're following the science. No, we're not. We're playing cooties from like we were playing when we were kids.
Did you see Jon Stewart? Do you have any thoughts on that? Of him going on Colbert last week? And
he's really lucky that he doesn't have the Daily Show anymore. Because he wouldn't have been able to do a single one of those jokes because of all the crap he would have given President Trump about Trump saying it came from a Wuhan lab back.
Yeah.
He would have none of that. He wouldn't be able to do none of that material.
You're right, because he would already burned it. Yeah.
Yeah, he would already taken Colbert's side.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
It's
Why do you think he went out and did that?
What? I don't know.
Yeah.
I maybe he's not getting booked. Maybe people say, "No, you're too one-sided," and we're worried by the time your show is that all your fans, the unemployment's going to run out, and none of the fans will be able to afford your tickets.
I know where there's tons of job openings. I just found out about a new one that very unique. So I'm going to South Carolina this weekend. I've never been there. My wife has some family there. We're going to go see. Did you know that South Carolina, they still have death row, and right now they're looking to hire people for a firing squad because they've had at least these two guys on death row that keeps getting pushed off. It's like over 10 years now. And the reason they can keep pushing it off is because they don't have the chemical to do the lethal injection.
Huh.
So now, once they hire a firing squad, they've changed a law. Now they're going to give these guys a choice. Firing squad or old Sparky.
Wow.
Yes. In 2021.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it.
Wow. I'd I'd ask for guillotine.
Guillotine?
Because at least it's going to take at least it's the government contractor. It's going to take them at least 5 years to build it.
Oh my God! No shit. Just the oh my God, the fighting for the contract, the guillotine company, and then the blade sharpener, and oh my God, the cleanup crew. Yeah, right. Yeah, absolutely. I just thought firing squad. That just seems so archaic.
It wasn't. There was a guy. I forget where he was. There was a murderer, and he actually requested that. I think it was for some reason I'm thinking Utah.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was like a serial killer, and they gave him the death penalty, and they gave him a choice, and he requested firing squad. Then they had to go back. Can we still do this? Are we still allowed the firing?
Right?
And I go, I guess so. And I forget the guy's name. It was kind of big news in its day.
Sure. Did you one thing I want to throw out there about the airlines now and COVID? I saw Frontier Airlines is doing a COVID recovery surcharge. What do you think of that?
What?
COVID recovery surcharge.
Well, that's why I did. Now I know how they can advertise $12 flights on Facebook.
Though, okay, yeah. But here's the thing: it's like a the fee surcharge is only like $1.50 something per customer.
Oh, okay.
But like I was reading this article about it, and it's like, these budget airlines, they're normally the ones that do the opposite. Like other airlines are like, you know what, we're not even going to charge for a bag this time. We want everybody to get back. They've been doing the deals and whatnot, and then these guys are going the opposite way. Like, well,
yeah, but those are the airlines that always charge for everything.
Right.
I mean, the hack joke of the day is that I flew Spirit, and then I had to put a quarter in for the mask to come down.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, so I suppose it should not be surprising at all.
No.
In all actuality. Has
I flew? Did I tell this last time? I took three pleasure trips during the
one
pandemic.
of them you told me about.
Yeah. Well, it's up to 3 now.
Okay.
3 flights I took during the pandemic, and under $200 combined.
Wow.
And that's L.A. twice, Chicago to L.A. twice, and Tampa once.
Wow. I remember the one was about $30 some dollars.
Yeah, it was $37. I got another one for $48.
Amazing.
And then I got Chicago to Tampa. That was the expensive one. That was $70. It actually cost more to take an Uber from the airport to the hotel than actually triple. It was triple the cost because it cost more to park than to fly, more to Uber to the destination, and than it was actually to fly to Tampa.
Ridiculous.
I miss it already.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Did you wear your hospital scrubs?
I did. Yeah, it was only that first day. I wore them today.
You did?
I had them on today. Yeah, I always fly in hospital scrubs now. Yeah.
I love it.
They're great. There's no belt. It's like sweatpants, but when you wear sweatpants, I forget who the comic is, says it just looks like you've given up.
Yeah.
It's just I had to check to make sure.
No, I have dirty shoes and socks on from a job I was doing earlier today. But,
but that's what he said, and I kind of agree with you. Sweatpants are kind of like I'll wear them to the mailbox, but that's about all. But you put on scrubs, it looks like you're a busy man. It's like, oh no, I just got out of surgery.
Yeah,
you
did
fly to Minneapolis for another surgery.
That's right. You're probably in between saving lives.
Yes, exactly.
Uh-huh.
No, that's my new flight uniform is the scrubs.
Yeah. I haven't got any. I think I'm going to run out of time, but yeah, that is still that is genius. Another thing. So, how about you on Facebook? I see every now and then. I haven't seen one recently, but maybe I haven't been spending a lot of time on there. But I know you still you still enjoy a little heated debate on Facebook.
I do it in a private group now. So
that's why I haven't seen anything.
That's why you haven't seen anything. Yeah. So there's no more. If you want, you can send me a message. I'll if you want to see it, I'll invite you to the group.
Interesting.
If you want to see it, yeah. So it's no more no more public. I can be a little bit more free. I don't have to be so cautious about it, and I don't make as many enemies in the industry.
Okay. Did someone go, Tim, maybe you want to take this private, or did you go, I'm sick of this?
No, I just realized that a lot of that I wasn't getting a lot of work because I had a reputation.
Interesting. You think so?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure of it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you just moved it to a private place on.
Yeah. It's people assume, and in my act, I guess, is it can be political. It will, it will venture into politics, but it's not really. I don't really do political comedy. I don't think.
Right.
And none of the clubs want to book political comedy. It's just too divisive right now. They figure half the audience is going to leave mad.
Right.
And here at Acme is probably the only club in America where if half the audience leaves mad, the staff finds it hilarious.
They might even do a podcast about it.
It's the only ones that get mad, I think, are the waiters, because they miss out on tips when they have to when their table wants to leave angry. But everyone else above the wait staff, all the way up to the owner, digs the heck out of that.
Now that's a reputation to be proud of. No doubt. I guess final thing here, I wanted to give my condolences to you that you didn't get to name this tour you're doing the Vaccinated and Horny Tour, like Chelsea Handler is.
Yuck. Oh my gosh, yes.
Yuck. Speaking of Facebook, I saw that as an advertisement today, that she's hitting the road on the Vaccinated and Horny Tour.
Oh boy. And Amy Schumer's selling mayonnaise.
That's right.
Is she? I got a. Is anyone seen that mayonnaise commercial lately?
No.
Because I saw. I mean, Hellman's, what they're doing now is they're saying that you can make a lot of stuff with mayonnaise. That's their campaign. I don't know exactly how they phrase it.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, we have all these things in the refrigerator. What do? Well, add a little Hellman's, and you can make this.
Yeah.
That's kind of that's their. And that's what Amy was doing. She was the mayonnaise fairy, if you remember from Super Bowl. And I'm seeing the commercials still the same kind of branding but no more mayonnaise fairy. So I think everybody just looked at Amy Schumer and a jar of mayonnaise and went, yuck. And if you're in comedy, you know the rumor about the mayonnaise in the condo.
Oh, okay. Doesn't sound like that's something you're going to explain.
I'm not gonna.
All right.
I'm not. Ask a comedian about the comedy condo mayonnaise jar.
My imagination is running wild. So that's everybody's homework. Find a comedian you can ask that, or maybe Tim will tell you in his private group on Facebook. I'm not sure. Thank you for doing this once again. Thanks for coming a day early, and people should come out and see you here at Acme shows all week through Saturday.
All week.
Full capacity. Got the contest going. Air conditioning. Sounds like a good time to me. Thanks,
And
Tim.
it's the best time of year because it's daylight, so you get out before the gunfire.
He said it, and he's not wrong. Thank you.